Jurgen, safe to say we weren't expecting that when you were 3-0 up. How do you explain being in complete control, then being pegged back, and then needing to find that response which you eventually found?
How do I explain it? I think it was obvious. We left the very successful path of the first 30 minutes. That was some of the best football we played so far, I would say. It was against how we all saw a bit later then. Very good organized team with a clear idea, identity. We did everything what they don't like. On high speed, if you want. Scored the 3 goals. Could have scored more. They changed the system. That's allowed, and not really a problem usually. But tonight it was for us because we changed for some reason the approach a little bit. Like somewhere in a controlling mood, somewhere in an attacking mood, and other positions were too hectic. And the main problem was that we tried now to finish our situations off through the middle of the park. They had one midfielder less in the defensive because they took a bit more risk, left number 10 in between the lines. So they had one midfielder less, and we still tried to push through the center. Lost the balls there. They passed the ball to the 10. He could turn. At the back of Fabinho, he could turn. Counter-attack. So that changed the momentum of the game. And because of the specific history of Salzburg, I would say, because they were not really bothered. Their teams, maybe they break down after 3-0 at Anfield, but they weren't. We were not really bothered. We opened the door. They were running through, chasing through the door, and they scored their goal. And then, half-time, we tried to adjust, but they were still our passes. All the goals they scored, I think. First goal we lost the ball, easy. Was the second goal or the third goal we lost the ball, easy. So counter-attacks when you are 3-1 up, that makes not a lot of sense. But it happened. It was a very important, I said it now to all the colleagues out there, it was a very important lesson for us tonight, but I prefer massively to learn it in the game than to learn it after the game, because if we would have lost 4-3, it would have been the same lesson. But now we won 4-3, so 3 points and a lot to learn from, and so I'm fine. I knew before we have to improve a lot, but now everybody knows it probably. That's okay. We made it more intense than necessary, but we sorted it result-wise. 3 points in the group, game on. So now recover and face Leicester.
So when momentum has shifted like that in the game, though, what is the key to finding the way to win?
Control the game again. Well, we changed system as well. To give them a few more questions, but the problem was, and one of the problems of the game maybe was that the first half an hour, the boys had to work really hard for it, but it felt so easy. Pass the ball left, accelerate, being there, half space. I don't know how often we had a midfielder in a completely free space. Was it Gini? Was it Sadio? We passed the ball through from the last line or from the fullback and were completely free. He could turn. And the only little thing they changed was to change into a diamond. And how is that? But then in the different areas, a bit more man-orientated. So you have still to get the ball, but be orientated, turn if there's no pressure. And we felt no pressure from everywhere. It was not there. So we passed all these balls back, but right up, and then again, 7.5 and tried to do something. We were then too monostructured. I was already shouting in first half that we have to use our structure again. But that's easier said, obviously, than done. And I said, a lot of things to learn from, a lot of things to improve. But still, the target before the game was winning 4-3, winning. And now we did. And so I'm obviously fine with that. And now let's carry on.
Gentleman with the microphone.
How important are the fans in those moments when you're sort of up against it?
Well, fans are always important. So they're always important. That's how it is. I was in a game like this. It's very important as well that you celebrate a challenge. When we win a press ball or whatever, that you celebrate like a goal, like it would have been against Barcelona or whatever. So I'm like this. But that's obviously not that easy. But the atmosphere was brilliant. And after 3-3, obviously the people remembered. Our people remembered that. we're at Anfield and there's still something possible, and that's why it was it was really supportive and helped, of course, a lot.